Sadiqa Diram Show. Ready for the show? Hashtag Sadiqa Diram Show.
We're back with you, still talking with Cherine Anderson. Now we'll be talking about power living. And if you monitor social media, you would be seeing, or you would have been seeing some footage, videos popping up of her talking everything about real estate.
Yes, ma'am.
And living powerfully.
Right.
Power living.
Are you power living?
I think I am.
All right.
So power living.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Power living, well, let me give you a little backstory. When I came back to Jamaica years ago, even before I started in the music industry, coming from college, you know, you come back, you don't want to really go live in your parents' house. So I decided I'm going to go rent somewhere in a safe community. I want to see what that is like. Big woman, you want your big woman space.
Yes.
So I said to myself, all right, let me call a couple of these real estate companies that were here to get some information. And so I was like, oh, you know, I call you back. Never got a call back. The service was just poor. That was one. And then when they find out who you are, it's like they're not trying to sell you what you're asking for. There's the upsell, which, I mean, I'll give them credit. If they're smart business people, you're trying to make more because you say, oh, she may have more in her pocket. What else? But it just was not what I was used to living in North America. And I vowed to myself that, you know what, if I ever go into real estate, I want to be like very transparent. I want to help people truly find the home they deserve. And not just what you think somebody should be spending. If Portmore makes sense, then build your dream in Portmore. If Kingston 6 makes sense, then do that. If land is what you want, then do that. So power living really is the next generation of real estate practitioners. And what we've done is we've created an online community through our website, mypowerliving.com. We're all over social media at mypowerliving. We've created a space where anyone can come online and ask questions about rental that they didn't know. People ask random things, you know, they want to know about the opt-out clause. They want to know if you're living in a place and your landlord decide that they're going to sell, if you have any right. They want to know if you're renting the place and the landlord come to you and say, them have a cousin, sister, auntie, brother who need to stay there while you paying your rent, if that is allowed. And on the buying end, there's so much that people don't know. So we've created this weekly online thing, which is power living. And it's me breaking it down in the simplest form, because you really can't explain everything in the show, but it's at least giving you nuggets that you can follow to say, okay, so now I'm trying to buy a house in 2017, where should I start? We answer those kinds of questions. So that's what the show is, but the community has spread, because now we've moved into workshops and seminars. We're doing the J Property Virgins. We're at number 4 coming in January. So I give them access to the full table of real estate practitioners, you know, and that now has led to me sitting here with you, which I have authored an ebook.
There, and you've also written for NHT.
Yeah, I've written for their magazine. Yeah,
right.
So, but with our ebook, it's called How to Buy an Apartment or Condo in Jamaica.
But aren't you amazed at what's happening now with real estate in Jamaica? Every corner is some form of
developments are going up, and I think it's a good look. I think everybody right now should try to come back to Jamaica and own their piece of the rock. I mean, it doesn't matter where you are. You know, you're living in Canada right now. There's about to be the stress test implemented on what they're doing. So it's going to be more difficult to acquire and own real property in Canada, even if you are Jamaican. And when you get old and you're living in North America and the cold take you and the arthritis take you and everything take you.
Call Cherine.
Just mypowerliving.com. That's because the reality is, it doesn't matter where else in the world you live. A big part of wealth, and it's something I've learned from my business coaches and business mentors, is about diversifying your portfolio. You know, you sing, okay, it's great to sing. That's my gift. I'll always do that. Whether or not I was being paid, I'm going to sing because I know I'm good at that.
Right.
Real estate is also something I'm good at. I'm good with people. But I'm also, anybody who's close to you will tell me, she is, detail. If them numbers don't add up, you're going to start over.
When did you get that ding ding?
I was always that girl.
I need to do this now, real estate.
In 2015, I decided that I was going to take the plunge, to take a little break from entertainment, go back to school, get the license, and then move in. And then once I got the license, I said, okay, you know, where do you want to work? What do you want to do? So I'm like, brokerage, we have the power team right now, so I'm a part of the power team with real estate broker Joan Latty. So our thing is niche, but the power living team, in terms of the marketing end of real estate, is a lot more people, between people who write for the blog, the producers, the editors. Then we have the show, that's a whole different set of people. Plus we've now brought on board some people who are licensed to renovate and remodeling. So, you know, all of that is a part of what we do. It's not just me.
Look at how she's glowing and smiling and talking about it.
I just stand and smile, and I have the know-how and I have the experience from, one, coming from parents who owned real property and they've been landlords and have the property kind of manage their thing in an unofficial way before stepping into real estate. So I understand what it is like to be the tenant. I understand what it is like to be on the landlord end.
Yes.
And I understand, you know, you're going into the sale and you're owning and you're purchasing. I've seen it from every angle, not just residential, but commercial. And that's where my experience is. So I want to impart that.
Nice. First closure. Close yet?
Oh,
Several. Don't tell me.
Girls, no. And you want to be transparent. So which is why I want them to get this free ebook as well, because we've given you some things to power check your realtor.
So go to www.
So it's www.mypowerliving.com/book. That's where it will be. But you can follow us on social media. We'll also give you the link to go back and track all of that. It's so much. It's looking at stuff with valuations and surveyors. People don't think about all of this until they're buying, you know.
And your report, when to get it.
Yeah, if you're buying.
Happened after you've gotten it and you still have not been given the deal.
Absolutely.
You have to know when to do these things.
Another thing I want to point out to people in terms of valuations, people see a price online and they're like, does it mean I have to pay that? Well, everything depends on the market. The market will always dictate what's going on. Getting your valuation done prior to signing a sale agreement, because once that has gone over for stamping and the government tell the seller that is 5% of that coming off a transfer, you can't really change that number on the back end. So you're going to find out now that the property is valued way less than what they're asking for. Then where does that leave you in terms of negotiations? Jamaicans love a bargain.
We love
but
it.
Buying a house is not like going down a curry and ask the woman how much should they tree, something there and 6 something there. It's different. You know,
Very
location affects your value, size affects your value, like all of these things. If you're buying in the Golden Triangle, if you're not buying in the Golden Triangle, but what are your needs? So we address a lot of that.
It's a conversation, and sometimes you can just start showing up at these seminars, workshops.
Right.
Even if there's not an immediate need to buy right now, just arm yourself with the information.
I'd say a year. If you're really looking to buy anything, you need to be saving. Because outside of what, let's say, NHT will give you or the banks will give you, you want to be saving. You have your closing costs, and you have your deposit that you have to pay. And we're looking at least 10% for your deposit.
Plus the other fees.
Yeah, that's your closing. And people don't think about that.
The evaluation report, you have to pay for that. So all those stuff you have to pay. Tell me about your first major close now.
The first close I had when I just came in the industry was land. And it was like land for about like $4 million. First of all, you scream because you can't believe the deal come together. But since then, we've done like developments that have, sold out. I've done houses. I love being on the seller's end. I don't know why. It's like representing, because I get listings pretty easily. So for some reason, because I'm providing more value, and I understand that it's not just a listing to sell a property. For me, it's like, this was your baby and this was your dream, and I'm responsible for aiding in the transfer to somebody who is gonna do justice to the property that you owned or you lived or you have your kids and they grew up. So that's a big thing for me. Plus, a lot of my background is marketing. Like, a lot of getting the word out there is marketing the property and speaking the language to the people who are actually buying. Like, you need to understand that. So Power Living does absorb a lot of that marketing aspect of it and being very strategic about what we do. But again, I don't do this by myself.
There's a team.
There is a team. I promise you. You're looking at least 13 people on the Power Living side alone, separate from the brokerage the company that we broker through. So it's
finally, it's just a good time to venture into any form of real estate career.
It always is. The best time to get in the market is right now. Right now is always the best time, and I'll tell that to anybody, because the longer you wait is the more you have to worry about. Let's say a US dollar is worth 129 Jamaican dollars. Now, we wait another year, it may be 140. So the money sitting in the bank is not necessarily gaining value. Call your banker, ask them at what percent.
We won't get into that.
What percent your money increasing? Like, you need to know this. Sitting in the back is not going to give you
Investment. You
no,
have to think.
you have to put it in
think.
different things, and you want to be smart about that.
It was a pleasure indeed rapping with you, Cherine Anderson. And I'm sure we will be seeing her lots more in the future. Hopefully, I'll be able to visit one of her properties and do something there. Until then, I am Sadiqa Dairam. Pleasant viewing.